Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is what the coño. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. This is Nayanda back again to give you another reading. I'm in such a good mood, you guys. How are you? Okay. Things are going really well. Are things going well for you guys? I hope that they are. Hold on one second. Okay, so aquí estamos. We're going to do a general reading. You guys saw that I uploaded Virgo earlier this morning. If this uploads today, then you'll know that that's when this was done. But we're going to be doing a general reading, and then I'm going to hit Taurus mañana. So make sure that you are checking this out. Don't forget to share this video with your friends if it does resonate. I am currently working on my first major production. It's a music video, my first music video. I'm really about to start spearheading in my music this year. It was one of my goals. So, but music is expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, it's really expensive and it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. So if you guys would like to help donate, of course, especially since I'm not doing personal readings right now, if you guys would like to make a donation, that would be amazing. You can also buy me un cafecito. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into your reading. So what do we have for the collective? What message do we have for the collective? I'm hearing the name Larry. I'm also hearing somebody might have a hairy back. I mean, if you're Hispanic like me, that's not surprising. Listen, I have a wax pass for the European Wax Center, and it's for a reason. Anyway, what did Cardi say? Pussy smooth like a dolphin. Who says that? But okay, anyways, let's get right into it. So it does seem, this is a similar message to what I got yesterday. There's probably a lot of back and forth energy in your life right now because you're currently in some sort of a transition. And you could be at a crossroads where you're feeling called to make a decision for your happiness' sake. Maybe you are experiencing a lot of success or popularity. However, it could be leading to a lot of jealousy, especially from friends and family or people that you thought were friends. It could even pertain to you creating a new friendship group because of these quarrels. Some of you guys might be getting called to isolate. Some of you guys might be getting called to isolate. Maybe if you're working on a project, you're being called to keep said project to yourself. That is advised, well advised. But also make sure that if you hold back on something for too long, you could miss your opportunity or you could miss your moment, okay? So whatever that pertains to, we're going to get into the tarot and find that out soon. But there is the energy of indulgence. There might be something of significance in the full moon in Virgo that was, I believe, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Where like you're taking care of yourself. Some of you guys could be doing a lot more baths or like self-care, just taking more naps or just resting more. There's something about you being divinely protected at night. I just wanted to get that out for somebody. So it's like if you were worried about something, some sort of energies at night, you're being protected at night, okay? Some of you guys could be considering dyeing your hair red. That would be really cute. I like that. But yeah, you are being called to take care of yourself, especially if you look at this card, it's like the universe, nature, whatever it is that you believe in is protecting you right now. It's like you're kind of in, ¿cómo se dice? Is it in vitro? No, that's not what it is. You're in the universe's uterus right now, safe and sound. And when you are, of course, you know, in your mother's belly, right? We'll just call the earth mother. When you're in the mother's belly, you're getting everything you need so that you can be in this kind of an energy. So some of you guys might even be like oddly relaxed. I know I've been in that energy lately, like oddly relaxed, okay? and to a point where it's like, it almost feels bad. If you're like a Capricorn like me, you probably struggle relaxing. I know I struggle relaxing. For some of you guys, if you're artists, the reason why you're being called to hold back or to kind of hide out from the world is for your creativity to be resparked. Does that make sense? I always tell people that I was my most artistic, my most creative, like churning shit out when I was a kid. But it was specifically before a lot of traumatic events had happened in my life. Once the traumatic events had happened in my life, which was around like 12, that was when my creativity started taking a hit. And it was because my mind had to shift to a more responsible adult mindset because I had to grow up really early. And when you have to grow up early, you kind of shut off the certain aspects of yourself for development that you need to be able to kind of develop into a healthy and well-rounded adult. I'm not sure if some of you guys had to grow up really fast. And maybe you're being called to relax, and that is something that might be foreign to you, especially if you were forced to jump into the workforce because of something traumatic. Like, for example, my mom got sick. I know that resonates for some of you guys. My mom got sick real bad, and that's what kind of forced me to step into that role. And now it's kind of like you don't need to be in that role anymore, but it's hard for you to gauge that, especially if you're trying to pursue some sort of career as an artist. And you know, like as an artist, the whole starving artist trope, I swear to God, you guys, is so real. It's so real, especially, like I said, I probably have a lot of musicians and artists on here. It's hard because it's like you have regular bills to pay, and then you have this art that you have to promote or market or whatever the case might be if you want to be a successful or professional one. And it's just a lot of work all the time. Like your mind, a lot of people talk about like, oh, starting a business, kind of message for the collective, starting a business, for example, right? Because they think, oh, a business is going to give you freedom, till you realize when you start a business as somebody that has done that, you are now working 24/7 around the clock. Every single thing in your mind is pertaining to that business because you need to be like that for it to survive. And that's the reason why, like, this is going to sound so shady, but I am a Capricorn. There's a lot of people that call themselves business owners that I don't take seriously. You don't need me to take you serious for you to be serious, baby. That's it. But it's like, I can kind of tell you're a little bit too relaxed. You're a little bit too chill to be a business owner. You might have a hobby that you would like to one day monetize, but having a hobby that you would like to monetize one day and being an actual, like, legitimate business owner are two totally different things. But I've noticed a lot of people that do that typically tend to be a little bit younger, right? It's like you want to seem successful, or there's a lot of pressure to be successful. Maybe you want to manifest something, but it's like being a business owner really does take a lot of time, a lot of effort. Even in this music thing, you know, if you're a musician, you are a business owner. Your music is your business, you know? So it's not something that you can take sitting down. Even modeling, it's your business. Like, you need to be consistently pursuing that. And maybe you've kind of gotten into that hustle mindset to where you kind of neglected the importance of the other aspects of your life that will also feed that creativity. For example, I'm hearing romance for some of you guys, you know, but that's not just that. Love in general, spending time with your family, spending time with your kids, spending time with your spouse, spending time doing things just for the sake of doing them, not doing them to get a check. You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff like that, where it's like, if you were to step into that energy and not stress yourself out, you'd be surprised how the universe, or whatever it is that you believe in, will provide for you during that time, just in the same way that a baby is being provided nutrients without having to do anything. But this is very specifically for people that work their ass off. I will say that if you're somebody that doesn't work your ass off, no shade, this is not for you. This is for the people who, you don't work a 9 to 5, you work a 9 to 9, right? Like your work does not stop just because you left work. As soon as you leave work, you're on the laptop doing research about something that you had to fix, or you're working on the next project or something like that. You are being called and invited, almost encouraged, maybe even begged to take a step back for a little bit because you deserve it. And also, I'm being shown like a pot that has a newly planted seed in there. No matter how much fertilizer you put in that seed, no matter how much you watch said seed, obsess over said seed, do research, that seed is going to grow or it's not going to grow. So you investing all of that energy in trying to make sure something stays alive or trying to make sure something grows, you just have to do the work. You plant the seed, you water the seed, and then you go and focus on something else, and you come back and then address it when it actually sprouts. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm getting for a lot of you guys. It's kind of like you're being called to take care of yourself, especially if you keep finding yourself in situations where you have a lot of time on your hands and you're like, well, shit. What do I do now? Do a puzzle, paint a picture, call somebody, you know, do something that just fills your spirit for the sake of doing it. The time will come when you are meant to share whatever it is that you're working on, or when whatever it is that you're going to do is going to take off. It's going to come, okay? As long as you're doing the work, it's going to come. But doing the work around the clock isn't going to make it come faster. Regardless of what you might think. You might have thought in the past that, oh, I was working this hard and that's the reason why it was going that fast. Baby, the energy was already backing that up. What you were seeing were the results of the energy from that seed that you had planted. But go off though. I love a hard worker. But anyways, yeah, for some of you guys, you might have been in a really competitive energy at some point in the past, or in a really competitive field. And you're beginning to see that there's a need to drop that. It's like nothing is coming from it. Maybe it's like you exerted so much energy into maybe even toxic situations where you felt like you had to win. And maybe you won already. And like there's nobody to beat anymore. And now it's like, well, shit, what do I do now? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like in a competitive field, I'm trying to think of an example outside of music. Because I don't feel like music should be competitive. I feel like it's only competitive because of label politics, honestly. But I could be wrong. I'm not, you know, there. But let's say car sales. Let's say car sales, okay? You're a car salesman. And, you know, you have to get as many clients or as many sales as possible to the point where, like, you've worked so hard, you now own the dealership. This is your dealership now. You're not even selling cars anymore. And now you're sitting here and you're like, well, shit. What do I do now? Because, you know, now I'm supervising over other car salesmen. I'm not even involved in this. Like, I'm above it now. But I'm so used to being in that energy. So then you try to get back in that energy again. And it's almost kind of like I'm seeing somebody who, like, is so good at what they do. I don't want to say it doesn't bring you joy anymore, but it's like there is no higher... The human brain needs a challenge. It needs a goal to accomplish to feel fulfilled. And it's almost kind of like, damn, I keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. I'm getting bored with this shit, dude. I'm getting bored with this shit. Like, I did this, okay, I went, like, there's some artists that I fucking love where it's like, they don't even have to try. Like, I did this, Grammy nomination. I did that, I won this. I did that, it breaks this record. You know, like Beyonce is a good example, right? Like, her going #1 is not a surprise anymore. Her going #1 for a country song now, that's an accomplishment, right? Because she had, what, Daddy Lessons, which I don't like country music. I love Beyonce. I don't like country music. Daddy Lessons, I did like. I thought it was really cool. I was like, what's she talking about? Because, you know, I'm from Seattle. She's from Texas. And it was just a different sound from her. And I was like, oh, my daddy said, shoot, huh? Okay, girl, whatever. Do your thing. Do your thing. But it's like, I love seeing her branch out into different genres because I'm just like, yes, girl. Yes, you have dominated pop. You have dominated R&B. Go ahead and get into country. Get in your country bag. Let's see what we can do there. Who cares what people say? That's the challenge. The human brain needs that stimulation. It's like that. It's like, man, I do this all the time. I do this in my fucking sleep, bro. Like, I need something else, you know? And now it's like you want to manifest something new. Clarity on the Magician card. Some of you guys, you could be a female air sign, or you could be dealing with a female air sign, or a Taurus, or a Libra. We have Aquarius here too. You might spend a lot of time trying to help other people get rid of burdens or remove blockages in their life. That, like, a self-transcendence thing, like, you know, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's like, you know, you reach self-actualization, and then now you're in the self-transcendence position. And that's really good. You could be somebody that helps people get over their issues. But there's something about you not feeding your own soul, but I also heard old soul. So it's kind of like you might be the kind of person who just doesn't get involved in certain things just because you're too smart to get involved with certain things. So you might spend a lot of your time helping other people avoid certain things, but I'm kind of getting this energy of needing to do something that serves you without it involving other people. Can I have clarity on this Five of Swords reverse? Yeah, so there's this energy, you could be a Leo or dealing with a Leo, of having different options or having options outside of a competitive field. And some of you guys could be really happy about this. Maybe it took you a while to accept that. You could be dealing with an Aries, or you could be an Aries as well. It took you a while to accept that. I'm almost kind of getting, for some of you guys, maybe you're in this transition and you're not sure, like, is something wrong? I'm just kind of getting that energy, like, is something wrong? Why is everything so, not necessarily slow, but like so like serene? Like, I'm so used to having this drama or this person, I'm hearing this enemy or this whatever, and like there's really nothing. You know, I always kind of feel like once you evolve to the point where you're not dealing with drama anymore or bullshit anymore when it comes to other people, you now have the freedom and the energy to do whatever you want. Like, I feel like a lot of people waste a lot of time on drama and people, and it's not necessary to do that. It's like, you know, you're wasting a lot of time, and maybe you had to learn a lesson in that, but once you learn that lesson and you're done, now you have nothing but your own energy and your own time and your own life. And it's like, well, fuck, what do I do now? And it's like, you might be exploring different options now and you're getting kind of excited. You know, you're working on different things and you're accepting this new reality, but it's coming with letting go of a competitive energy or exiting a competitive atmosphere, if that makes sense. So a lot of you guys are experiencing lots of options and lots of opportunities, and maybe it's different for you. You know, maybe you do have more time to take a vacation. Take that vacation, boo. Take the vacation. You earned it. Why not? Why not? Do you think that the peace that you're experiencing right now is not in itself a gift from the gods? You know, sometimes you will be led to, and that's where I'm saying that, like, getting so used to being a workaholic to the point where it's like relaxing feels wrong. It's like something feels fundamentally wrong. Some of you guys might be fixed signs where it's like you get not necessarily stuck in a rut, but you get so focused on this one thing that you can't see like the plethora of options around you. And now it's kind of like maybe that one thing had to get slapped out of your hand. Or maybe like it's graduation, for example, like as a college student, you remember like in college, all you did was study. All you did was read, research, write, research, read. Like that was it. And then once you graduate college, it's like, now I have this job, and it's like, well, shit, what do I do now? I got all this time and all this money. Because you don't really realize how much something is taking up your time and your energy until it is no longer taking up your time and your energy. And then it's just like, damn, on one hand, that took a lot of energy out of me. But on the other hand, wow, look at how open my life is now. I can spend time with my kids. I can spend time with my loved ones. I could literally just go do something for the sake of doing it. It's like you've reached that point in your life, and that's beautiful. We love that for you. I love these messages because then I don't gotta grill nobody. I stay grilling people. I hate grilling niggas. No, I don't. That's a lie. But anyway, what other messages do we have for the collective? Some of you guys could like Soundgarden. I'm hearing black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain. I posted that song on my story the other day. You could be a Cancer or dealing with a Cancer. You could have somebody who is kind of needy. Codependence is what's coming in my head right now. And they're lacking a lot of direction, and they're wanting to make some sort of offer to you, but they're debating as to whether they should or not. Whoever this individual is lazy. You might have cut them off because they were lazy. This could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm also hearing something about a Libra or somebody that has Libra in their chart. This person lacks direction. They could be kind of childish even, or even younger than you, because the page is like a child or younger. And they want to make some sort of offer to you. Clarity on the Page of Cups. They could even... Yeah, whoever this person is, they want to make some sort of offer to you. I'm kind of getting this person might be from the past. Clarity on the Knight of Cups reversed. They're debating on it, though. You might not trust this person. This person could have betrayed you in the past. I'm almost kind of getting this could be like somebody's ex who refuses to walk away from a situation that was toxic. That's what it looks like. This person could be debating whether they want to come to you or not. It's like they're not walking away from the situation. You could have been this person's benefactor. I'm not going to lie to you. They don't want to walk away from the situation, though. They want to make some sort of offer to you. For some of you guys, they're really concerned with presenting themselves. I keep getting this message with presenting themselves in the way that you naturally are, right? So if you're like a really hard worker, this person's not a hard worker, but they want you to view them as a hard worker. So they're trying to portray themselves, which honestly, it does sound codependent, because why are you trying to morph yourself into what somebody else wants? Like, if you are a certain way, you should find somebody that wants you for who and how you are. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be morphing yourself into who you think somebody wants you to be. And that's kind of concerning that this person wants to do that, but this person might feel that you're over them, and you might be. You might be over them. Clarity on the Chariot reverse. This is somebody who lacks direction in their life. Maybe in the past you were investing a lot, I think I did say that, a lot of attention in helping people find direction, but maybe it was turning codependent, like to where people were not making any decisions for themselves. It's like they want to go tie their shoe and they're looking to you like, okay, so can I tie my shoes now? How do I tie my shoe? And it's like, girl, you are like 30 years, I'm 30. You're like 28 years old. What the fuck you mean, should you tie your shoe? Tie your fucking shoe. And it's like, okay, thanks for telling me. And it's like, ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh, that's not cute. And it's almost kind of like, you know, like this could have been what was taking up your time. Okay. So some of you guys, maybe you're stepping out of a codependent dynamic with people. Yeah. Because we have both the King and Queen of Pentacles, but they're reversed. So it's kind of like there might have been an unhealthy dynamic that you were sustaining with other people. Maybe at one point in time you wanted to feel needed by people, or maybe not wanted to feel needed. Maybe you were used to feeling needed, because I found myself entering a lot of codependent relationships at a certain point. But the reason why was because I had been in that caretaker position for such a long time. I didn't realize I was doing that. Does that make sense? Like, what do you mean investing energy into myself? Like, am I not doing that? And then I realized, I'm like, wait, shit, what do I have to show for? No, I've really been doing nothing but helping everybody else in their life. Even with tarot, like I have been a guide, a teacher, a protector, whatever the fuck for people for so long that I actually didn't know. Still to this day, I'm still trying to figure out who the fuck am I outside of that. And that could be happening to you as well. It's like, okay, well, now that I'm getting out, or I'm acknowledging the fact that something is codependent, enmeshed, unhealthy. What do I do with all this time now? That's where I'm at. Maybe we're in the same place, because I'm like, okay, well, I did say that I wanted to pursue this. Maybe I should dedicate more time to that. And because of that, it's kind of like you're beginning to see life a lot more clearly. You're beginning to relax a lot more. But it's almost kind of like, and this is of no fault of your own, the people that were codependent on you might be struggling. And if you are somebody who was the caretaker in a codependent dynamic, that could have really bothered you at one point in time, because it's like when you're used to being a caretaker, you're assuming that people cannot function without you, when in reality, they are almost kind of refusing to function without you. They're not given the opportunity to learn how to function or to even try, because you're intervening and you're intercepting and you're kind of stunting their growth by doing that. So it's kind of like whoever this individual is, they're debating whether they should come back into your life or not, because it's like they're aware that they lack direction and they're codependent, but more than anything, they think that you're over it. And you could be over it. How does the collective feel about this person? Yeah, this could have been somebody that you were like a coworker with, or you were funding them or something like that. It's like you were taking some sort of burden off of their shoulder. This is definitely giving me like a coworker kind of a vibe. You do seem to care about this person though, I will say that. But it's almost kind of like, I'm hearing that TikTok sound, get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. It's almost kind of like that. Clarity on this 10 of Wands reverse. Yeah, whatever it is, you're letting people, which is the healthy route, believe it or not. You're letting people figure it out. It's like you want whoever this individual is, or whoever these individuals are, to learn how to stand on their own. Okay, so they can be happy, because their happiness it's unsustainable if you're the one that's providing it. Does that make sense? And you can't provide anybody with happiness. You cannot make somebody care more about their life than they do. You cannot make somebody reach their own potential that they don't have any intent to reach, okay? And like I said, me being in a caretaker position, it's kind of like, you're doing it from a place of love. You really are. But it ends up stagnating folks, because it's like people end up almost kind of like becoming really passive in their own lives, to a point where it's like, and I tell this to a lot of people, it's like, if I were to get sick or something were to happen to me, what would you do? It's different when it's a child, right? A child is not codependent. A child is genuinely dependent, right? Until a certain age. And then you need to be teaching that child to individuate, to become more independent, right? There's different phases in life that we all meet as humans. And it's kind of like, whoever this individual is, or maybe individuals are, because like I said, you could be like somebody who like went from being like a regular employee to the fucking CEO, right? So you have a lot to show for. People are naturally going to go to you as the person. It's like, hey, I have this issue, and it probably gives you a lot of joy, and it should, right? Because you earned it. Like you that nigga, like for real. But there's a difference between giving people guidance and doing it for them. It's like, you might realize that once you stop doing it for them, they might not do it for themselves. And that's how you know, like, okay, then this is honestly an energy drain. Because ultimately, if your goal is not to stand on your own 2 feet, if your goal is not to make this happen for yourself, then all of my time and all of my attention is going to go to keeping you afloat. I have my own dreams and my own passions. Again, it's different when it's your baby, right? Because what's the baby going to do? The baby can help himself, but you're 25. You know what I'm saying? You can get a business loan. You can do all of this stuff. I can give you the resource. And when I say the resource, I don't mean money. I don't mean doing it for you. I mean, okay, so when I was in your position, this is what I did, okay? So like, for example, let's say that you are the CEO of not CEO, but you're the owner of a car dealership now, but I started as a salesman. So when I started as a salesman, because I believe, in my opinion, it's fundamental for you to start here, okay? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I said this to my sister the other day, poverty builds character, okay? It's like hunger builds character. So it's kind of like, okay, I started as a salesman. So here you are, you're also a salesman. What I did might not work for you, but I'll give you some advice as to what I did. But I'm not going to be like, okay, here's this sale. Here's this sale. Say this, say that, because that's not helping them. It's like, okay, well, when I was in your position, this is what I did. Maybe you could try that. And then you leave it the fuck alone. That's the same thing as what I said earlier, the planting the seed, correct? Plant the seed. Okay, here's the seed. Here's the plant. Go ahead and take care of this plant. If the plant does not grow, then come back to me and we'll discuss the solution. Other than that, I'm not going to take care of this plant for you, because I'm not going to make my entire life about this. I have other things that I want to pursue. And you might find when you're over giving in that way, to the point where people are reliant upon you, you're always drained. You might even be a little bit bitter, a little bit upset, especially because you'll start seeing these people not take responsibility for their own actions, especially when something fails, they're going to blame you. Right? So it's like, I didn't do the work for it. I did something fucked up, but because I did what you said, now this is your fault. You understand what I'm saying? It's like this beautiful balance that you're learning. It's almost kind of coming with not taking responsibility for people's lives anymore. You know, there's a difference between being a support and being a benefactor, you know, being a support and being a caretaker. And you'll see that with children, for example. I always go back to children. I love kids. But it's like, you know, you can't be there to tie your daughter's shoe all the time. Your daughter has to learn how to tie her shoe on command, or whenever and wherever she is. If you were tying your daughter's shoe every single time that her shoe is untied, she's going to bust her ass when she's out in the street, because she never learned how to do that for herself, right? Or like your son. I'm sorry, I'm a girl. You get what I'm saying? Especially for men, it's like men really do need to learn how to be independent and self-sufficient. Women do too, though, especially nowadays. Like, women do too, and I feel like that gets understated in these city girl politics. I wasn't raised that way, so let me shut the hell up. But yeah, it's kind of like you're being guided to take care of yourself, to spend more time on what it is that you want to do, and to even kind of step back from these kind of people, these kinds of energies, because they need to learn for themselves, right? I always feel like because I grew up in a situation where I was not like, I won't say that it wasn't provided for, I wasn't really provided for, but because I was in a compromised situation, sometimes I kind of get a little bit discouraged when I see other people kind of get stuff handed to them, because I've never had that happen for me. But at the same time, there's shit that I've just learned how to do where I can roll with a lot of punches. Like, you're never gonna get me down for too long. Like, I might sit down for a little bit. It's not because you got me there. It's because I got tired. I just got tired. I was worn out. Wait till I recharge again. That might be what you're doing. Like, I'm recharging again, then I'll be back at it. But you do need to recharge. I will give you that. I don't have to make this too long. I feel called to say this. There's nothing wrong with prioritizing your happiness, okay? These people don't need you, whoever it is. They don't need you, they want you. There's a difference, but you're not helping anyone by doing the job for them, okay? And like I said, beautiful spirit, right? A kind and gentle soul. If you're somebody that just wants to see people succeed, I love that about you. But there's a difference, and the provider or the caretaker is just as codependent as the taker, the victim, you understand what I'm saying. It's just, both of them are codependent. It's just codependent in different ways. So what's the final message that we have for the collective? Whatever it is, if you do take this time to yourself, you're going to have a lot of money. You're going to have a whole lot of money coming to you, a lot of happiness coming to you. But it will come with having to accept that's what the earlier message was. Some people being upset with you because they're used to that dynamic from you. But again, them being upset has nothing to do with you. This is their life and you're not responsible for their life. The only person whose life you're responsible for is, if you're married, your spouse. And I don't mean like you need to make sure they're successful. I mean like their safety. Like if you have a wife and she's pregnant, she should not be out there doing the most, okay? And also keeping that person safe. And your child needs you. Please be there for your kid, you know? But grown people, they don't need you, especially if you're in a place of management. Like, you're supposed to manage. You're not supposed to do it for them. The more you start investing energy in your own happiness and in your own life and allowing people to do what they do, allow them to flounder, because then they can learn how to float. You know what I'm saying? Allow them to fuck stuff up, because if you fuck stuff up, then that's how you fix it. You know, and the reason why you might have been seeing these people not fixing stuff is because you were going to do it. They don't need you to do it. They're not going to grow that way. Let them figure it out. I appreciate when I get to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let people figure it out. And then when you let people figure it out, you'll see who is genuinely dedicated to growth and their path and their success. Who is genuinely dedicated to that, as opposed to who just kind of wants to bleed you dry. You know, and the people that really do love and appreciate you, and I'm not saying that your family doesn't, right? But people that genuinely love and appreciate you will totally respect when you say, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired, I'm stressed, I'm sad, I'm anxious, I'm depressed. I really need some me time. I really want to be there for you, but you're going to have to figure this out right now. People that love and respect you, I know at least I'm like that. I'm like, oh, fuck. Because sometimes people don't know that they're draining you. And people that do care about you, they don't want to drain you. Like, I didn't know you were going through all that. My bad. Like, I was just focusing on my own shit. But hey, let me give you some time. Give you some space. Hit me up when you're ready. I'll figure it out. And then that's going to make you feel, and that there might be a need to communicate that with people too. It's like, because, you know, we're talking about allowing people. It's just as bad to like keep something silent and just let it fester than to just tell people what's up. Like, this is where I'm at. And if these people are like, fuck you, okay, then those aren't your people. The people that love you are going to be like, oh, well, shit. They're going to care just as much about your well-being, especially if you're out here playing Good Samaritan. Like, if you're out here really giving your energy and your time and your love to people, and I know that you are, because my followers are very kind people, they're going to want to reciprocate that kindness. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a lot to give you, but I can give you your space and your time, right? They'll even try to make life easier for you. The people that get mad and bitey and and bitchy about it, those are the energy vampires, and we stay away from those kind of people. They especially need to figure their shit out, okay? But that is the message that I have for you guys, collective. Sending you mucho cariño y amor, o algo así, no sé, porque cada vez que trato de decirlo, yo lo hago mal. Anyway, sending you lots of love and care, and I will see you guys later. Ciao!